someone that does want to go down that route, can you kind of break it down from like start to hire of how that process goes? Because I'm sure there's some viewer
Like
that
obviously
is
after you've
curious.
made the decision where you're like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
it.
this is what I want to do. What's like your first step?
So I went a different route than some people go. So I actually started in the jail. So locally here in our jail, all you need is a high school diploma because, I mean, it's not a super taxing job as far as education that you need. So the biggest thing is you got to have a clean background. I mean, you can't be that dude that got arrested and did all kinds of crazy stuff and then decided, you know what, now I want to be a cop. Doesn't really work that way.
Right.
Especially nowadays. I mean, anytime you get into an incident, they're going to check your background. Your background's got to be unsoiled. So as long as your background's clean, you can apply somewhere. If you want to just go straight into either a police department or a sheriff's department, because they are different.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
What's the difference for those who don't know?
So police department typically is, I mean, obviously it's going to be a city. So like it's Marysville Police Department, Yuba City. I mean, it's always a city. They're usually a little bit more traffic oriented. Those are the guys that are writing your tickets and kind of more in your face and doing stuff. Sheriff's departments, they're going to be more on the outskirts. They're not really focused on traffic. They're more focused on like calls for service. They're usually the dudes that when they stop you, they want to search your car. They want to find your guns. They want to find your dope. We're kind of more big fishermen, if you will, versus caring about writing traffic tickets.
So you're saying that I could speed in front of you and you probably wouldn't stop me.
I don't know if you'd give me a reason to stop you, and then I'm going to search your car and I'm going to find all your steroids and all your other stuff.
My
How about that?
steroids.
Oh, whoa, what?
Not the SARMs.
Yeah.
Not the SAR, no.
No, they're FDA approved.
Yeah.
FDA approved, yeah.
But
Definitely.
I mean, getting into it, just kind of getting in the business. Like I said, you got to find a police academy. So you go to a police academy. In California, there's two different ways you can do a police academy. You can do what's called a basic police academy, which is kind of like what you're going to do for the fire academy. It's hard because it's 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's basically like your job. And you're there, you're going to it, you're
You're not
all in
getting
every
paid
day.
for it.
You're not getting paid. There are departments that will pay you to go through an academy if you're lucky, because it's getting harder and harder to find cops. So
Especially
now a lot of
nowadays.
departments are paying guys to go to the academy, which would have been awesome when I was going through. And then there's also something called a modular academy, which is what I teach at. It's like a nighttime academy. So a lot of them work full-time jobs. They get off their full-time job. They go from they do 4 hours a night, 3 to 4 nights a week, depending on what module they're in. Takes them a little bit longer. So basic academy is 6 months. A modular academy takes usually about a year to finish. So it's at night, and then all day Saturday is the modular academy. Once you get to a police academy, at that point you're good to apply for jobs. You kind of apply places. Seems like right now everybody's hiring, so you can almost kind of pick where you want to work in a sense. As long as your background's clean, you're probably going to get hired. I always tell my academy guys, go on ride-alongs. Like it's not just about getting hired, and your department is as much of a fit as you are to your department as it is to you. So you want to make sure that you can fit in there, and you want to make sure that they fit in with your life.
I'm not sure if every county does this, but would you recommend the cadet program as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So when you're high school, that's kind of funny because I actually am the cadet coordinator for our department. So
Nice.
I run our cadet program. Yeah. I love our cadet program. It's great. We've actually had a lot of guys that started like 15, 16 years old doing the cadet
wow.
program, and they've gotten hired, and now they're working full time.
Wow.
So we support our cadets all the way through from when they're cadets in high school. Maybe we kind of guide them towards the jail. They reserve in the jail when they first get out of high school. Maybe at 19, 20 years old, they reserve. So that means they get to kind of pick their own hours, come in, learn a little bit. Maybe we'll push them towards working in the jail for a year or two, get that maturity level up.
Right.
And then we push them to the academy, and we support them through the academy. Matter of fact, right now we have 3 guys going to the full-time academy that we're paying to go to the academy, and one of them was a cadet for us.
Oh, nice.
He's a former cadet for us and started at our department when he was about 16 years old, and he just turned 20. How old is Kyler? 23. I have to think about it.
So I'm sure there's an age minimum for the cadet program. Is there also a maximum?
Yes. So you can start at you can actually apply at 15 and a half. You start at 16, and then you age out at on your 22nd birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really
so
cool.
by 22, we hope that you're kind of pushing towards a full-time job, jail, patrol, in the academy doing something. We want to try to have you going down that full-time road by the time you're
I see.
22.
Okay.
And the beauty of the cadet program is it doesn't have to be the jail, it doesn't have to be patrol. We actually have a dispatcher that started as a cadet, and now she's a full-time dispatcher, been doing it for a long
Oh,
time.
wow, that's
She's
awesome.
a great dispatcher. We have other cadets that one of our cadets went federal, so he started as a cadet, ended up going to Washington, D.C., was a federal cop, and now he works for Secret Service.
That's
So,
cool.
Oh,
I mean, there's-
That's really cool.
pretty
Yeah, the
neat.
cadet program can be a catapult for. It doesn't have to be just as a street cop or just as a jail deputy. There's other avenues you can go with
Definitely
it.
climb the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Really good to hear.
It's pretty neat. So cadet's like field experience, right? That's for people that don't really understand what cadet means, right?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like-
So basically, it's
I mean,
you
you're
know,
not really
facilities-
doing any field work, right? You're just like
You're getting your hands dirty a little bit. I mean, it's like an
Okay.
explorer program.
Okay.
So with our cadets, they wear a uniform. We have monthly trainings, and
That's pretty
then they're able to go out on patrol with the deputies. They want to do patrol. If they want to be in dispatch, they want to work the jail. So they get to work whatever aspect of the department that we have to offer. The cadet that we have, the guy that's going to the academy right now, he always wanted to be a patrol cop. So he rode with patrol deputies, and once the deputies kind of understood that he knew what he was doing, we'd let him run the radio. So we'd hand him the radio and say, "Okay, you're running the radio today." And he would stumble on the air and count you, and he sound like a kind of like a goofball. And then he got
Yeah.
better at it, and now he sounds like a professional.
Yeah.
We have cadets do paperwork for us sometimes. Hey, go book this into evidence
Okay.
for me. I've had cadets even take like small reports, like kind of,
So it's- yeah.
little Billy's bike got stolen, and we got to go handle a
Oh,
call of
okay.
a stolen bike.
So it's
Hey,
a pretty
you're
good
gonna talk to
idea
the people.
to be a cadet before you actually.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
would definitely.
That's
recommend
great
it, right?
experience right there.
Yeah.
It's a great experience. It's invaluable. It gets your foot in the door. And like I said, most Explorer cadet programs kind of push you down the road and want you to be successful, and they want to hire you full time because that's what the program's all about.
A lot of
So-
different avenues as well.
Sure.
I didn't know it was just
Oh, yeah.
dispatch
Yeah, that's
or
crazy.
ride-alongs and such.
Yeah.
And,
so
Strangle. Oh, go ahead, Philip.
And with the cadet program, is there like kind of like a ratio in terms of people that go into it and people who actually like stay with it and like go out
yeah.
and do something, or like 'cause what I'm trying to get with that, because I'm imagining that there are a lot of people that want to go into it, see what it's like, but like let's say like a year or two or maybe even less than that, do people like kind of like back out of it, like, hey, like probably I
Yeah.
don't want to do this?
how many people like finish through, right?
So, I mean, yeah, that's a great question. We probably have a pretty high number of our cadets that actually go into law enforcement in some aspect or another. But there have been cadets that, yeah, they try it out. They realize, man, this isn't for me. They can't find their niche. They can't go, patrol's definitely not for me. I really not feeling the jail. Dispatch is too fast paced. There's a lot going on, and they just kind of maybe go a whole different route.
Yeah, right.
But I would say it's an extremely high number of our cadets that have gone on and been successful and done something within law enforcement.
So being a cadet is important.
I'm sure it varies per county and per state
Sure.
as well.
Yeah.